Hello there everyone and welcome to our Enchanted winter release. So in this release we have lots of new goodies. We have some beautiful 3D embossing folders, we have some botanicals and geometrics in there too. As well as that we have some colouring stencils, we have some that work with embossing folders and some standalone. We have some new colours for our enamel dots and then we also have some hot foils. So first up in our release, we have Buried Cotton Easter. You can see that this is a 6x6 3D embossing folder, and we have a beautiful branch going straight the way across the image, and then we have a cluster of berries. This would look great for all different occasions and coloured in with your favourite colouring mediums. Next up we have Poinsettia Cluster. So on this 6x6 3D embossing folder you can see that we have 3 large poinsettia flowers just on the right hand edge. Now you can definitely kind of move around your piece of cardstock so that these clusters are on the other side or on the top or the bottom. That is completely up to you. Next up we have a Pine Forest. Again, this is a 3D 6x6 embossing folder. You can see that we have 2 rows of trees on this one, and all of these little pine trees that you can see do have a fun texture to them as well. So this brings a totally unique look to this embossing folder. Next up we have Starry Patterns. So again, this is a 3D embossing folder and the size is a 6x6. So we have these beautiful kind of snowflake stars in a repeated background on this one. So it is going to add this gorgeous texture to the whole of your background piece. This would work for all different occasions and we are sure you're going to have so much fun with it. Next up we have Checkered Squares, so another 3D embossing folder and it is 6x6. You can see that you have this beautiful geometric pattern on this one of little squares, and they also look like little tiny kind of teepees in there as well on some of the squares. A great one for all occasions and all for different kinds of cards. Next up we have Gem Pattern. Now this is a beautiful one, again 6x6 and 3D. So we have this kind of faceted effect on the full piece of this one. It is going to add this beautiful background to a piece of cardstock. It would look great just as it is or coloured in with your favourite colouring mediums. Next up we have Intricate Tiles, so you can see again another 6x6 3D embossing folder. So this is going to add lots of different texture and details in all different kind of levels to get that 3D effect. You can see just how beautiful this one is here. This one would work for all different styles of cards and for all different occasions too. Next up we have Happy Holidays, again a 6x6 3D embossing folder. You can see that we have the words Happy Holidays emblazoned all the way over this beautiful background. Repeatedly, you could use this as sentiment strips if you wanted to, or as an all over background. We can't wait to see what you do with this one. Next up we have Blooming Flower Bed. Now this is a standalone layering or builder stencil. You can see that you are going to receive 3 different stencils in this one. They are all 6x6. These ones line up really easily on top of each other to create this huge, beautiful background with lots of flowers, foliage and leaves. You can definitely change up the look of this one by just using portions too. Next up we have Daisies. Again, this is a 6x6 layering stencil. We have 4 different stencils in this stencil set. Now this one works perfectly with the previously released Daisies 6x6 embossing folder, or you can definitely use this one on its own. If you open the packaging, you can see that we do have the layering guide on this one, so you can quickly and easily pop this together for a beautiful background. Next up we have Tulip. Again, this is a layering stencil set here. This one has 3 different 6x6 stencils included. This stencil set can work on its own, but it also works perfectly with the Tulip 3D embossing folder as well. You can see that we do have the layering guide on the inside, so you can quickly and easily pop these together to create a beautiful look. Next up, we have a Gentle Butterfly. Again, this is a layering stencil set. We have 3 different 6x6 stencils in here. This one works perfectly with the Gentle Butterfly 3D embossing folder. So once I open the packaging, you can see that we do have the layering guide in here. So this is going to make it quickly and easily for you to pop this together to create this beautiful design. So in this release, we are also releasing a lot of different colors in our enamel dots. In each of the packaging, you will get lots of enamel dots in 4 different colors, as well as some stars and hearts down the side. So first up, we have the rose petal. In this one, we have some beautiful pinks and purpley tones in there. We also have the red sunset, some beautiful blush tones, as well as some darker reds. Then we have the summer afternoon. We have some beautiful yellows, as well as some orangey and some brown tones. Then we have the fall harvest, more of a muted yellow collection there. We also have green valley, and we have some beautiful greens that you can add to your projects. Next up, we have lapis lazuli. We have some really cool soft blues in that one. Next up, we have Enchanted Garden. This one has lots of different purples in that one. And then last but not least, we have a warm grey collection too. So here are a few projects from the design team and the guest designers using the products from this release. We really do hope that you've spotted something in here that inspires you and makes you want to create something beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.